Hi guys, today I have a little bit of a quad burner for you. So we're gonna start by stretching out our quads just a little bit. You can do this either lying down like I am or standing up if that's more comfortable for you. And what we're gonna do is just lightly grab our toes. If you can keep them slightly pointed to focus more on the quads if you can, and just stretch them a little bit to wake them up. Don't pull too hard, you don't want to overdo it because we're not warm yet, but I found that this can be really helpful to help your patellas track right if you're like me and have really nice long legs. Then we're going to go into some nice little bends here. So we're just going to take 8 of them, and this is just to warm up our quads and say, hey, it's time to turn on. It's time to get warm. So go ahead and switch to your other side now. And we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So we'll start with that little baby stretch, grabbing our toes and pulling our heel ever so slightly in towards our butt and allowing that quad to stretch out just a little bit in case if you're tight before this workout. Take a nice deep breath, send oxygen into your leg. And then we'll go ahead and we'll just take a couple bends here. You can keep your foot flexed. Good. Just a couple, really extending the full range of motion. And then we're going to take it right into our first exercise. So for our first exercise, it's going to be like V-sit crunches, but we're going to keep the upper body pretty still. And then we're just going to extend the legs in and out. So in this position, your feet are together. You are drawing your belly button in towards your spine, so your core is nice and strong. Your hands are supporting you, and the motion is really coming out of your hip flexors here. So the hip flexors are a really important muscle to activate when we think about the quads. They help us when we run and jump, and strengthening them can help prevent injury. So we're going to start by engaging the core and engaging those hip flexors. So you can take a rest here. That was our first exercise. Every exercise is 40 seconds on and then about 15 seconds of rest. So if you need to, shake out your legs, roll out your wrists, and we're going to go right into the second set of these little V-sit modifications. So really controlling the movement here. This is about taking your time and engaging the tops of your thighs. You should start to feel the burn. I know I was. And really controlling the movement. So you don't have to take it too fast. Focus on your breath. Be strong in your whole body. Good. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth if you can. And see if you can extend your legs all the way out. And then crunch them in. Okay, let's take another rest. So we have a 15-second rest on the clock. And we're going to go into our next exercise. So get onto your knees and prepare to come up into a standing squat position, just like this, and then come back down. So for this exercise, you're going to be leading with one leg at a time and then going down with that same leg. So here I am leading with my left leg, which is the right for you. And take this at your own pace. You don't want to be slamming your knees on the ground, just firing up your quads even more, keeping yourself low in the squat as you come to that standing position, as low as possible to really engage those quads. So you have 3 more seconds, give me 1 more, and come back down. And we'll take a rest here. If you need to wiggle your hips out, go ahead and do that, and then we're going to go straight into the other leg. So leading with your left leg this time, we're going to come up into that low squat and then just bring it back down to the ground. Good. Focusing on keeping your knees in alignment with your ankles and toes and controlling the movement. This isn't about speed, this is about engaging those quads. Protecting your knees on the way down. And you can keep holding your hands out in front of you if that feels comfortable. or put them wherever is good for you. And we got 3 seconds, 2, 1, and we will take our rest here. I'm just checking my timer here. You'll see me looking over a few times to just get the timer going. And then we're gonna go right into our next exercise. So this is going to be a squat with our feet hip distance apart, and we're going to come up onto our toes at the bottom. So sink down, come up to the toes, and then come back up. And as you do this, when you move forward, you want to send your hands out by your sides to help maintain a little bit of that balance. And this is a really nice, slow, controlled movement yet again. So not just engaging the muscles, but also working on the balance, focusing on maybe one point on the ground and keeping your attention on that focus point to help you balance. Let's take one more here and then come up, and we'll take a rest and go into our second exercise. So take a nice big breath, roll out your ankles if you need to, tuck your pelvis under so your core is engaged, and then we will go back down into our second set of squats with the heel raise. So if you can, challenge yourself this time to raise your heels a little bit higher off of your mat. See if you can really point your toes here while keeping the movement nice and controlled. Or just meet yourself where you're at. If you are challenged, that is perfect for today. Keep breathing. You are so strong. Good. We only have 10 more seconds here. And keeping our knees in alignment with our toes still. Make sure that your form isn't compromised. Last one. Good. And we will take a little rest here. So for our next exercise, we are going to shake it out, and then we are going to do a front lunge. So starting with your right foot, we will lunge in front and stay on that leg. And when you come back up, you are pushing out of that front leg to help give you some momentum to come up. And it is okay if your knee comes a little bit forward here. The position of your knee will depend on your height, but this is really good for your knees and your quads. You might also feel a little bit in your glutes as well, which we love. Get some booty. Good. And we have 3, 2, 1, and we'll take a rest, shake it out. Take your time, shake out your legs, and then we are going to go straight into the other side, starting with our left leg this time. So here we go, lunge down and up. If you can get that leg behind, like that knee onto the mat, that's perfectly fine to work on your mobility as well. Most importantly, we want to really engage the muscles. So whatever range of motion you have today, just make sure that you are pushing yourself to strengthen the quad wherever you are at. Keeping your core nice and strong, not arching too much in your lower back. Good, let's take a couple more here. 3, 2, 1, and we will rest. Perfect. So we are going to switch it up this time. We're still doing lunges, but this time reverse lunges. So shake it out, find your position, find your balance. You can put your hands on your hips and then send your right foot back. And this time we're going to add a little knee raise at the top. So if you can, keep your foot off the ground the entire time, or you can tap your toes on the ground in between if you need some extra balance, but keep going at your own pace. This exercise is also going to be getting the top of our thighs here, just like in the beginning when we were doing those basic crunches. So keep breathing, keep pushing yourself to really squeeze, create your own resistance. One more. Good, last one, and we will take a little bit of a rest here. And then we're going to do one more set of lunges. That's it, I promise. And we'll do those reverse lunges on our left side this time. So go ahead and find your balance and then send that left foot back. and raise your knee up. So try to keep your balance here. I know it can be challenging. Find a point on the wall or the floor to look at and ground yourself in that point with your vision, and breathe. So you want to keep your legs strong, your core strong, your spine in alignment. Good. This is our last set of lunges. Just a couple more here. Really squeeze at the top. Last one. Perfect. And now we will take a 15-second rest. And then we're going to take it into sumo squats. So send your feet out further than hip distance apart. Toes pointed out, knees in alignment with toes. Bring it down and then do some pulses here. So the challenge here is up to you. You can keep it higher to the top of the rep if you want, or if you want to challenge yourself, really send your pelvis down towards the floor, and that's going to make it a lot harder when you do those pulses. So wherever you're at today is perfect. Stick with me here. I know that your thighs are probably on fire, but keep pulsing, keep breathing. Every breath is sending oxygen to those muscles and making you stronger and more toned. Just a couple more. 3, 2, 1, and come up. And you can shake out those legs. Give them a little pat. And then we're going to go into one more set of sumo squat pulses here. So this is the one where you want to challenge yourself to take it further down, or maybe a little bit faster. Or just push yourself. If you want to go at the same pace, go ahead. I'm just saying there to keep your knees in alignment with your toes and keep pulsing. So it feels like you're just moving up and down about an inch, and that is exactly what you want. You're gonna feel it in your inner thighs as well as your glutes and your quads. So really getting all of the top of your legs here. Just a couple more. 3, 2, 1, and come back up. For our next exercise, we're doing curtsy lunges. So standing on your right foot, we are going to send our left leg back and to the diagonal. And when we come up, we are dragging that knee up towards our chest, squeezing the top of our thigh again. So repeating that motion. If you need to tap your toes in the middle to find your balance, that is perfectly okay. You can tell that I am a little bit off balance at times. It's totally normal. That is how we get better. Bonus points if you feel off balance at times, because it means that you are pushing yourself to do better. Let's take one more here. Good. And we'll take a rest. So we're going to take it right into the other side. So this time we're going to be standing on our left leg and sending our right leg out behind us. So shake it out, find your balance, and let's go. Really squeezing your muscles here, squeezing that right leg up towards your chest, taking it at the pace you can take it to push yourself, but not fall over. Keep going, keep breathing. Be strong in your whole body. Keep your spine nice and elongated, and root yourself in the ground with that left foot. Good. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one. Up and rest. Our next exercise, we are going to be in a squat position, wider than hip distance apart. We're going to put our hands together and our elbows on the inside of our knees, and we're going to rock back and forth just like this. So it's like you're doing a full squat, but you are hinged at the hips. And this is really going to target those quads. You are going to feel the burn here. And the faster you take it, the harder it is going to be. So of course we have 2 sets of these, so pace yourself, keep going. You showed up to get results today, to burn out those quads, and you can do it. Just keep going. You can do anything for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Good. You're doing such a good job. We have one more set of those and then a little burnout. So prepare yourself, send those feet out wider than mat distance apart, and come down right into those quad burners. Good. Nice and low and controlled here. If you feel off balance, you can put your hands on the mat if you need to, but really try to speed it up if you can. Push yourself, feel yourself getting stronger. I know your muscles are straining and burning, and that's exactly what you want. I know that my quads were on fire here too. Good. You only have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and come up. Woo! Okay, for our last exercise, this is a burnout. We only have one set of this for 40 seconds, so try to give it your all. We're going to be doing squat jumps. So you can do this with your feet hip distance apart, which is going to allow you to have some more control. Or if you would like, you can take your feet a little bit farther apart if you want to challenge yourself. I like to swing my arms behind me when I do these squat jumps because I see that it helps give me some momentum on the way up. The higher you take it, the more you're going to be challenging your legs to propel you into the air. Wherever you're at, keep going. Don't quit. This is the last push. This is your burnout. You're doing so well. 3, 2, 1, and we are finished. Ooh, we are all done with our quad burner for today. So we're just going to take a moment here to stretch it out. Lean over gently and bring yourself down onto your mat. We're going to start by stretching out the back of our legs in a pike position, folding forward at the hips, and just breathe here, in through your nose and out through your mouth. On your exhale, seeing if you can maybe take it a little bit further. Allowing your heart rate to come down and roll back up nice and gently. We're going to scooch forward and take a figure 4 position, crossing our right ankle over our left knee and sending our right hand through to pull our left knee in towards our chest. So this is really going to help stretch out our thighs and our glutes. And we will just allow them to fall over to the left side of your body. Perfect. Maybe taking your gaze towards the right side of your mat. Come back to center, and we'll take figure 4 on the opposite leg. This time left ankle on right knee, pulling that right knee towards your chest and letting that thigh and glute relax, and then send them out to the other side of your mat, letting them drape down to the floor, and maybe bringing your vision towards the left side of your mat here. Good. Now we're going to end the class just how we started, by stretching out our quads. So grab hold of your toes and bring them towards your butts and see if you can feel a difference here. Do you have a greater range of mobility? Do you feel more loose? How does this feel? How has your body changed? The mindfulness is such a wonderful part of exercise. So switch it over to the other side and do the same thing on this other side. Noticing the difference in your body. Noticing the improvement. Good. Breathe. Stretching is so good for recovery. Meet me in a seated position now, and we'll just draw our hands over our head and bring them down to our heart. And just take a moment to close your eyes, take deep breaths, and give yourself some gratitude for showing up today. Some gratitude towards your body for doing all of those exercises. Relax. Thank you so much for joining me for this class today. I love you guys so much. I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, that would really help support me. And you can check out all my resources below. I am sending you all the love, light, and health, and I will catch you guys next time. Mwah.